Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Vedantu Commerce. This is your accounts master teacher MLA Sheetal Chaudhary. You must be thinking, what is this MLA Sheetal Chaudhary? So if you are new to my session, M stands for multi-talented, L stands for lion-hearted, and A stands for ambitious. So here I am, MLA Sheetal Chaudhary, to make accountancy easy for you. So, if you guys are new to our channel or if you have not subscribed our channel yet, then please take a moment to hit that red icon to subscribe our channel so that you can watch more such live sessions with us. And come on, mark your attendance quickly, guys. Go and click the thumbs up button. Jaldi se jao. Thumbs up button press karo. Go and like it to mark your attendance. You have 1 minute. Go and do it quickly. So waiting for all of you to like the video, to mark your attendance. And most of you have already done it. Great, guys. Congratulations. Not congratulations, sorry, by mistake. Okay. So first of all, let me tell you that this session is not a live session. This is a recorded premiered session. तो आज का सेशन लाइव नहीं है, इसीलिए हम आपके अच्छे कमेंट्स का, आपके कमेंट्स का रिप्लाई नहीं कर पाएंगे. But still you have to be attentive because this is an important session. And हम वेदांतु already prove कर चुका है. More than 100 students of Vedantu had already proved it that Vedantu is the new address of toppers. And if you also want to become a topper like these students, then what you are waiting for? You can join our live and interactive classes, but for that you have to check out the link in the description box below. So go and check out the link in the description box if you also want to become a topper like them. So you can join our live and interactive classes. Because if you join our live and interactive classes, then we will take your responsibility. We will promise you and we promise you that if you are joining our classes now, there will be guaranteed improvement in your marks, in your performance. And if you feel that there is no improvement, I have taken this course, there are no changes in my performance, then you can let us know and we will refund your entire fees back if there is no improvement. So we are giving the guarantee that there will be guaranteed improvement. No improvement, get your money back. We will refund everything without asking a single question. What else do you need, right? Guys, आजकल कोई guarantee नहीं देता, कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं लेता, but Vedantu is doing that. So again, find out the link in the description box below if you want to have the benefit of VIP. Now, as you all know, this is class 12th accountancy session. This is Lakshya batch session. तो आज हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं? We will continue the chapter accounting ratios and the topic name is solvency part 2. Now, why are we calculating the solvency ratio? Why we are doing this topic? क्यों कर रहे हैं? Because we all know जब भी हम लोग कोई business start करते हैं, we may borrow money from the outsiders. Sometime we may not have money and we may find the requirement to borrow money. तो अगर आप किसी से पैसा ले रहे हो for a long time, you should know your capability. You should know your ability that whether you will be able to repay that money on time or not. आप वो पैसा वापस कर भी पाओगे या नहीं, क्योंकि अगर नहीं कर पाओगे तो बहुत मार पड़ेगी बेटा. आप किसी का पैसा वापस नहीं करोगे तो बहुत मारेगा वो आपको. तो इसीलिए हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे सॉल्वेंसी रेशियो ताकि अपन लोगों को पता चल जाए that whether we are able to repay the money on time or not. That's why we are doing this topic, solvency ratio part 2. Now, these are the learning outcomes. We are going to learn the solvency ratios. So are we ready to start the session? Yes or no? Are we ready for the session? Let me know in the chat box. Yes or no? And I can feel that everyone is saying, yes, ma'am, we are super, super, super ready, super excited. Because मैं आपकी दिल की बात समझ सकती हूँ. Okay, so let's start the session now without any delay. So first, we will start with the question as always, and you guys have to tell me the answer. So the question is proprietary ratio. Proprietary ratio indicates the relationship between proprietor's fund, shareholder fund, and short-term debt, long-term debt, total assets, डिबेंचर. जो प्रोप्राइटरी रेशो है वो किस किस के बीच का डिफरेंस दिखाती है? ओनर फंड, प्रोप्राइटर फंड एंड व्हाट? So tell me guys. Okay, we are getting so many answers. So this is a suspense. I will be telling this answer at the last of the session, at the end. So till then, let's start the topic. Now, what is solvency ratio? I have already told you in the beginning of this session and in the previous classes also. Solvency ratio, it is the ratio which will assess, it will tell you the ability that whether you are able to meet, to pay the long-term obligation, the liabilities of the enterprises or not. आप अपनी liabilities टाइम पे पे कर पाओगे या नहीं? This is what the solvency ratio do. It will assess your ability to meet the long-term obligations. Now, जिस भी बंदे ने आपको पैसा दिया है, the person who have advanced money to you, your business on long-term basis, उसको बिल्कुल इंटरेस्ट होगा. That person will be interested for sure in the safety of his money, in the safety of payment of interest. तो अगर कोई आपको पैसा देगा तो भाई उसका दिल बहुत जोर जोर से धड़केगा that मुझे ये पैसा वापस मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, मेरा पैसा ये लेके भाग तो नहीं जाएंगे. So she will be interested for sure, and for that person we are calculating this solvency ratio. हम बोलेंगे उस बंदे को कि देख भाई, हमारी सॉल्वेंसी रेशो तो अच्छी खासी आई है, तो डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, हम तेरा पैसा टाइम पे वापस कर देंगे. लेकिन अगर आपकी सॉल्वेंसी रेशो कम आई तो उसकी हार्ट बीट और तेज हो जाएगी, क्योंकि जितनी कम रेशो होगी उतना ज्यादा रिस्क होगा, और जितनी ज्यादा रेशो होगी उतनी ज्यादा सिक्योरिटी होगी. तो वो बंदा बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टेड होगा आपकी सॉल्वेंसी रेशो में, क्योंकि उसको जानना है कि मैं कितना पानी में हूँ और कितना पानी के ऊपर हूँ. तो दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ सॉल्वेंसी रेशो. वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग इट ओनली टू फाइंड इट आउट दैट वेदर वी विल बी एबल टू पे द मनी ऑन टाइम, पे द लाइबिलिटी ऑन टाइम और नॉट. नाउ टेल मी, हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ सॉल्वेंसी रेशोज आर देयर गाइस? कितने टाइप की होती है सॉल्वेंसी रेशो? 1, 2, 3, 4. हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ सॉल्वेंसी रेशो आर देयर? टेल मी इन द चैट बॉक्स. दिस आई हैव ऑलरेडी आस्क्ड यू इन अ होमवर्क ऑल्सो. आपने होमवर्क में मुझे बताया था ये. सो ट्राई टू रिमेम्बर कितने टाइप की सॉल्वेंसी रेशो होती है. ओके, वी आर गेटिंग आंसर्स. बाकी स्टूडेंट्स भी जल्दी जल्दी बताओ कितने टाइप की सॉल्वेंसी रेशो होती है. एंड यस गाइस, वेल डन. देयर आर 4 टाइप्स ऑफ सॉल्वेंसी रेशो. द फर्स्ट इज डेट टू इक्विटी रेशो. सेकेंड इज डेट टू एसेट्स रेशो और टोटल एसेट्स टू डेट रेशो. द थर्ड वन इज प्रोप्राइटरी रेशो. And the fourth one is interest coverage ratio. So these are the 4 types of solvency ratios. Now the first two we have already covered. So if you guys were not there in the previous class, if you have missed this, then you can go to our channel and watch this. We have already covered these two ratios in the previous session. And in this session, we are going to understand proprietary ratio and interest coverage ratio. So first we will do interest coverage ratio, and after that we will do one question of interest coverage ratio, and then we will start the proprietary ratio. So these are the two ratios that we are going to discuss in this session: interest coverage ratio and proprietary ratio. So I hope we all are ready for interest coverage ratio. So let's understand, let's see what do we mean by this ratio. What is this interest coverage ratio? Now, the interest coverage ratio, it is calculating the relationship between two items. It calculates the relationship between two items. One is net profit before interest and tax. Profit before interest and tax. And the second is interest on long-term borrowing. So interest coverage ratio, it calculates the relationship between net profit before interest and tax and interest on long-term borrowing. So why are we calculating this? क्यों calculate कर रहे हैं? Why? It is calculated to find out the amount of profit that is available to pay interest on long term borrowing. हम ये देखना चाह रहे हैं कि हमारे पास कितना प्रॉफिट पड़ा है टू पे दी इंटरेस्ट. Then for the lenders, for the creditors, a higher interest coverage ratio is considered better. आपके क्रेडिटर्स के लिए एक हायर रेशो बेटर होगी, बिकॉज द हायर द रेशो, द हायर इज द मार्जिन टू मीट द इंटरेस्ट. जितना ज्यादा रेशो होगा उतना ज्यादा हमारे पास प्रॉफिट्स होंगे इंटरेस्ट पे करने के लिए. So the higher interest coverage ratio is better for the lenders, for the creditors. अब आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे हम इस इंटरेस्ट कवरेज रेशियो को एक्सप्रेस कैसे करते हैं, कैसे एक्सप्रेस करेंगे? इन द फॉर्म ऑफ परसेंटेज, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ प्योर रेशियो, फ्रैक्शन और टाइम्स. सो इंटरेस्ट कवरेज रेशियो इज एक्सप्रेस्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ टाइम्स. So this is the last point, it is expressed in the number of times, 5 times, 10 times. So please remember this. This can be asked in the MCQ, that how interest coverage ratio is expressed. So it is expressed in the number of times. So this was the meaning only. Now what is the formula to calculate interest coverage ratio? So the formula to calculate interest coverage ratio is, in numerator you will keep the net profit before interest and tax, and we will divide the net profit by the interest on long term debt. So profit before interest and tax divided by interest on long term debt. This is the formula for interest coverage ratio. Now tell me, is this clear to everyone, the meaning, the formula? And I will be explaining this with the help of a question. So we'll do this briefly with a question now. Is this clear, guys? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat box. Clear? Okay. Now we will solve a question. The information is given, and based on this information you have to calculate interest coverage ratio. Now this is a very important question. जब हमारा एग्जाम सब्जेक्टिव होता था ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता ही आता था. So this is a very important question. So please pay attention. MCQ में भी पूछ सकते हैं आपसे इसमें से कुछ भी. So please pay attention how I am going to solve it. Okay, so let me add a screen to it. So in the question, net profit after tax is given 60,000. Net profit after tax is 60,000. 15% debentures are given of rupees 10 lakh, and tax rate is given 40%. The tax rate is 40%. Now, guys, first of all, the first step is to calculate net प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स. हमें क्या कैलकुलेट करना है? नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स. आप इसको कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे? सो आपका जो टैक्स रेट है वो है 40%. मतलब आप 100 रुपए में से 40 रुपीज टैक्स पे कर दोगे. आउट ऑफ 40, आउट ऑफ 100 वी विल पे 40 रुपीज टैक्स, एंड हमारे पास कितने पैसे बचेंगे? 60 रुपीज. सो दिस इज अमाउंट रिमेनिंग आफ्टर टैक्स. इफ यू आर अर्निंग 100 रुपीज, देन 40 will be paid as tax and remaining will be 60. Now, जो हमें ये given है ना net profit after tax, the 60,000 is representing the 60 because it is after tax, और tax के बाद हमारे पास कितना बचा है? 60. And the formula also says, तो formula भी क्या कहता है? If you have to calculate the net profit before tax, then we will divide 60,000 by 100 minus 40. We are dividing 60,000 by 60 because ये actually में किसको represent कर रहा है? 60 को. आपने जितनी भी इनकम है उसमें से आपने 40 टैक्स पे कर दिया, बचा कितना? 60. सो दिस 60,000 इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग दिस 60 एंड यू विल मल्टीप्लाई विद 100. वी विल मल्टीप्लाई विद 100. ये जो 60,000 है ये कितना है? 60%. The 60,000 is representing 60% and we have to calculate 100%. हमें क्या कैलकुलेट करना है? नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स. सो वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग 100%. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर मल्टीप्लाइंग विद 100. सो 60,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 60. फ्रॉम 100 यू विल सब्ट्रैक्ट द रेट ऑफ टैक्स. 100 minus rate of tax 40. So 100 minus 40 is 60. So 60,000 divided by 60 multiplied by 100, your net profit before tax is 1 lakh. Your net profit before tax is 1 lakh. This was your first step. We will calculate net profit before tax. So divide profit with 100 minus tax rate. 60,000 divided by 60 multiplied by 100, net profit before tax is 1 lakh rupees. Then coming on to the second step. Second step is to calculate interest on long-term debentures, long-term borrowing. So we will now calculate interest. So the formula is debentures multiplied by rate upon 100. You will multiply debentures with rate upon 100. Debentures कितने के हैं? 10 lakh के. The debentures given in the question is 10 lakh. Rate is 15%. So 10 lakh multiplied by 15 upon 100. 10 lakh multiplied by 15 upon 100. Your interest is 1,50,000. दिस इज योर इंटरेस्ट। अब हमें फॉर्मूला में क्या चाहिए था? इन फॉर्मूला वी नीड नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स। We need net profit before interest and tax. और हमारे पास क्या है ऑलरेडी? We have net profit before tax and we want net profit before interest and tax. So to find out net profit before interest and before tax, what you will do? In net profit before tax, in net profit before tax, in 1 lakh, you will add interest. You will add interest. So in 1 lakh, we will add interest 1,50,000. In the net profit before tax, you will add interest to find out net profit before interest and tax. So net profit before interest and before tax is 2,50,000. This is your net profit before interest and tax. So you have to follow this procedure. First step, we will calculate the net profit before tax. Second step, you will calculate the interest. And third step, you will add net profit before tax and interest. You will add these two steps. We will add first and second step to find out net profit before interest and tax. So 1 lakh plus 1,50,000, we got 2,50,000. This is your net profit before interest and tax. Now we all know the formula. What is the formula of interest coverage ratio? The formula is net profit before interest and tax divided by interest. The net profit before interest and tax will be divided by interest. So 2,50,000 divided by 1,50,000. What we will do? We will divide 2,50,000 by 1,50,000. And you will get your answer as 1.67 times. Your answer will be 1.67 times. So you can see the solution here. This is your solution, guys. Just give me a minute. Let me make some changes in this. एक मिनट दो. Just a minute, guys. I'm making some changes in this because it was not clearly visible. Yes. So here we have the solution. I have already solved it, but if you want to see it in notes, now it will be clear. Now it will be clear. Let me change the font. So here we have your answer. You can see in this also, as I have told you, the ratio is 1.67 times, as we have calculated it here. We will divide 2,50,000. The net profit before tax and interest. The net profit before interest and tax was 2,50,000, and we will divide this by interest. Interest was 1,50,000. So 2,50,000 divided by 1,50,000, your ratio is 1.67:1. So now tell me, is this question clear to everyone? समझ आया सबको? Yes or no? Is this question clear, guys? If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comments box. Okay, so here we have the net profit before tax, 1 lakh. This is second step, interest, 1,50,000. Then we will add the first two steps to calculate net profit before interest and tax. So 1 lakh plus 1,50,000, the net profit before interest before tax is 2,50,000. So we have got everything. Now we have to only put the formula. So your formula of interest coverage ratio is net profit before interest and tax divided by interest on long-term debt. So 2,50,000 divided by 1,50,000, 2,50,000 divided by 1,50,000. The answer is 1.67 times. This is your answer. I hope it is clear to everyone now. Okay. So now I have a question for you, and let's check how strong you are in general knowledge. So the question is, in which country chewing gum is banned? कौन सी कंट्री है जहां पर chewing gum ban है? ना तो आप chewing gum खा सकते हो, ना ही खिला सकते. Any guesses? In which country chewing gum is banned? Write down your answers in the chat box, guys. And don't cheat, huh? Don't search it on Google and then let me know. So, let me give you options. The first is Britain, the second is Canada, the third is Switzerland, and the fourth is France. Britain, I forgot the second one. Britain, Canada, Switzerland, or France. In which country chewing gum is banned? Okay, I will be checking the answer when the session will be live. Right now I can't see it, but I will be letting you know in the chat box. I will be there in the session in the chat box. Okay, I hope that you are answering it correct. So let's move to the next ratio now. We have done the three types of solvency ratio. We have done debt to equity ratio, total assets to debt ratio, and interest coverage ratio. Now the next one is proprietary ratio. Now trust me, debt to equity ratio and total assets to debt ratio, they are not that important. But these last two ratios, they are very, very important. They are most frequently asked ratios. This proprietary ratio is again very important ratio. So there are 80 to 90% chances of this ratio coming in your exam. इससे क्वेश्चन आ सकता है पक्का पक्का. So please be attentive, guys. What is this proprietary ratio and what does it mean? So proprietary ratio, इसमें एक word छुपा पड़ा है proprietor. In this ratio, one word is hidden, that is proprietor. So this ratio will express the relationship between two items again. This ratio expresses the relationship between two items. The first one is proprietor's fund, shareholders fund or equity. And the second item is the total assets. So this proprietary ratio, it expresses the relationship between two items. One is the shareholders fund, proprietor's fund, and another is a total asset. Now why are we calculating this proprietary ratio? क्यों कर रहे हैं calculate? Because it shows the financial strength of the entity. आपको ये बताएगा कि आपकी जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, कंपनी है, वो फाइनेंशियली कितनी स्ट्रांग है. It will show the financial strength of the enterprise. And it is actually calculated so that you can measure the proportion of total asset that are financed by proprietor fund. हम इस रेशो के थ्रू ये कैलकुलेट करते हैं कि हमारे जो एसेट्स हैं उसमें कितना पैसा ओनर का है. हाउ मच ऑफ द एसेट्स आर फाइनेंस्ड बाय द ओनर फंड, बाय द प्रोप्राइटर फंड. कितना पैसा जो है ओनर का है. एंड इट इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट रेशो फॉर क्रेडिटर्स. आपके क्रेडिटर्स के लिए अगेन दिस इज वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट रेशो because it will help them to identify the portion of shareholder fund that is invested in the total asset. कि assets में कितना पैसा ओनर का है ये जानेंगे creditors. Creditors will use this proprietary ratio to see that how much of the assets are financed by the shareholders fund and उनके पास कितना सेफ्टी मार्जिन अवेलेबल है. So they will find out the safety margin available to them. So basically proprietary ratio is finding out the relationship between two items, shareholder fund, equity and total asset. अब हमें कैसा पता लगेगा कि कौन सी रेशो अच्छी है? हायर रेशो इज बेटर और लोअर रेशो इज बेटर. So again this is a solvency ratio, guys. The higher the ratio, it will be better. So a higher ratio means adequate safety for the creditors and lenders. अगर रेशो अच्छी है इसका मतलब आपके जो क्रेडिटर्स हैं वो सेफ हैं, they are having security. But on the other hand, lower ratio means inadequate safety फॉर क्रेडिटर्स एंड लेंडर. अगर रेशो कम है तो वो सेफ नहीं है, उनके लिए रिस्क है. सो हायर द रेशो, इट विल बी बेटर फॉर क्रेडिटर्स एंड लेंडर्स. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हाउ वी विल एक्सप्रेस द प्रोप्राइटरी रेशो. कैसे एक्सप्रेस करेंगे? प्योर रेशो में, परसेंटेज में, टाइम्स में, फ्रैक्शन में. हाउ? सो this ratio can be expressed either as a pure ratio 2:1, 1:1 or a percentage ratio 20%, 50%. तो आप इसको कैसे भी एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो? We have two options. One is percentage, another is pure ratio. So this ratio can be either expressed as a pure ratio or a percentage ratio. So this is the meaning of proprietary ratio. Now, what is the formula to calculate proprietary ratio? As I have told you, it is expressing the relationship between shareholder fund and total assets. So the formula is shareholder fund divided by total assets. The formula is shareholder fund, proprietor fund divided by total asset. आप अपने टोटल एसेट्स शेयर होल्डर फंड को डिवाइड कर दोगे टोटल एसेट्स से. Now we know how to calculate shareholder fund. We have already done this in the ratio debt to equity. जब हम solvency ratio कर रहे थे first class में, we have already done the formula of equity shareholder fund. So how we will calculate shareholder fund? Let's see. To calculate proprietor's fund, there are two approaches. We have two approaches to calculate shareholder fund, to calculate equity. You can either use the liability approach or you can use the asset approach. Liability approach. How do we calculate shareholder fund in liabilities? So the formula is share capital plus reserve and surplus plus share money pending against warrant, money receive against share warrant. तो जो भी आपका बैलेंस शीट में शेयर होल्डर फंड के नीचे आता है, that will be added to calculate equity. So according to the liabilities approach, the formula is share capital plus reserves and surplus plus money received against share warrant. This is a part of balance sheet, guys. We have done this. So this is the formula as per the liabilities approach. Then what is the formula as per assets approach? So the formula as per assets approach is non-current liabilities add working capital minus non-current assets plus working capital minus non-current liabilities. In the non-current assets, you will add working capital, that is करंट एसेट्स माइनस करंट लाइबिलिटीज. आप नॉन करंट एसेट्स में वर्किंग कैपिटल को ऐड कर दोगे और नॉन करंट लाइबिलिटीज को क्या कर देंगे? माइनस. सो एज पर एसेट अप्रोच द फॉर्मूला इज नॉन करंट एसेट्स प्लस वर्किंग कैपिटल minus non-current liability. So this is how we will calculate shareholder fund, proprietor fund or equity. And then we have to divide it by total asset. The shareholder fund will be divided by total assets. Now we all know total asset means non-current assets प्लस करंट एसेट. तो टोटल एसेट में दोनों आ जाएंगे, नॉन करंट एज वेल एज करंट एसेट. सो दिस इज हाउ यू विल कैलकुलेट प्रोप्राइटरी रेशियो. Now tell me, is this clear to everyone? Yes or no? If you guys have any doubts, please write down in the comments box so that I can answer them. So after this we will be doing a question, but before that I want to know, is it clear or not? Clear? Okay. I can feel that there are so many clear and you all are excited for the question also. Okay, clear to everyone? So let's jump on to the question now. Let's see how we will calculate proprietary ratio from this given information. We have to calculate proprietary ratio. Now, what is the formula of proprietary ratio? What is the formula? Formula is shareholders fund divided by total assets. Now I can see shareholders fund clearly given in the equation. I can see it clearly. Share capital is given 12 lakh. Reserve and surplus is given 2 lakh. Money received against share warrant is given 1 lakh. So shareholders fund will be 15 lakh. Shareholders fund will be 15 lakh. 12 lakh plus 2 lakh plus 1 lakh, it is 15 lakh. Now let's see the asset side of balance sheet. We have to find out total assets. So these are your non-current assets, these are your current assets, and total assets are again directly given 25 lakh. Your total assets are 25 lakh. So shareholder fund 15 lakh divided by total assets 25 lakh. 15 lakh divided by 25 lakh. Now cancel it. If now, as I have told you, we can either express it in the form of pure ratio or in the form of percentage. If we express it in the form of pure ratio, it will be 0.6:1. If we express it in the form of pure ratio, it will be 0.6:1. But if we express it in the form of percentage, then we have to multiply it with 100. If you want to write it in the form of percentage, then you have to multiply it with 100 and it will become 60%. It will become 60%. So it's all up to you. You want to write it in the pure ratio or in the form of percentage. So answer is 0.6:1. Just a minute. मैंने कोई गलती करी है क्या? Total assets 20 lakh. What is the total of assets? 15 lakh plus 2 lakh 17. 17 plus 1 18. 18 plus 3 21. 21 plus 3 24. 25. Okay, there is an error, guys. Just a minute. So answer is 0.6:1. 15 lakh divided by 25 lakh. The answer will be 0.6:1. Now tell me, is this clear or not? Is this question clear, guys? 1 minute. Yes. So is this clear that how will we calculate proprietary ratio? Yes or no? I hope that it is clear because it was easy. Everything was directly given. Total assets were directly given. Shareholder fund were directly given. Okay. Now that's it for this. Guys, we have completed this session. That's it for today. We can't have mentee today because this is our premier session. We can only have mentee in live classes. So now we have completed solvency ratio. All the types of solvency ratio are completed. So I will request you all to revise all these ratios again and solve practical questions of this. And now in the next class, we will be continuing this chapter. We will do activity ratios in the next class. So the next topic will be activity ratios part 1 and your class will be on Wednesday now at 9 p.m. So stay tuned for the next session. That will be on Wednesday at 9 p.m. And if you want to attend more such classes with me, then you can join Vedantu Commerce Pro subscription, because Vedantu Pro subscription, it has so many amazing benefits that will help you for sure in term 1. तो अगर आपको टर्म 1 में अच्छे नंबर लाने हैं, if you want to see that smile on your parents' face, then it is going to help you for sure, because the benefits includes more than 5,000 hours of live courses. You can attend unlimited live classes with this pro subscription. Not only this, all the 4 subjects will be covered. We are not only providing you accounts in this, we are providing you all the 4 subjects: accounts, economics, business studies, and mathematics in detail. And on YouTube, we can't take your test, we can't provide you assignments. But in pro subscription, you will be getting test and assignments also. We will conduct regular tests and we will provide you assignments after every session. And the most important thing is, as you can chat with us right now, you can also chat with us at Vedantu. In pro subscription, you can ask all your doubts in the live session. And you can attend the classes from your home, from any device. You need not go anywhere. So what else do you need, guys? You are getting all these benefits along with the most important thing, that is VIP. So if you are joining our classes, we promise you that your performance will definitely improve after taking this course. So there will be guaranteed improvement in your performance, in your marks. And if you feel that there is no progress, there is no improvement, then do let us know. We will refund your entire fees back if there is no improvement. So for this, we need a little support from your side also. So what we need from your end is, we need 75% mandatory attendance, and we need 75% completion on the assigned test. So we need 75% attendance and 75% completion of the assigned test for VIP. So now let me show you the process, how to take this VIP, how to take this pro subscription. So what you have to do is, you have to go to the description box below this video. Below the video, you will find the description box, and in description box, we have provided all these links. CBSE Commerce Term 1, Term 2, this is the link. CBSE Commerce Term 1 Crash. So we are starting a new crash course. So go and click on the link. When you will click on the link, you will come to our website. Now we are providing 2 types of crash courses. One is Pro Light, one is Pro Classic. So if you are not yet prepared for the term 1, if you are worried for term 1, then you can join these crash courses, because we will be completing every subject, every topic in these crash courses. And what is the difference between Pro Light and Pro Classic? So in Pro Light, you are getting these first 4 benefits only. You are getting live interactive classes, test series and analysis, assignments and notes, doubt solving during class. But if you want to ask doubts after the class, you want to ask doubts on the Vedantu mobile app, then you have to take Pro Classic. So the price of this crash course is 6,300. Whether it is Pro Light or Pro Classic, the price is 6,300, in which all the 4 subjects are included. So what are you waiting for, guys? Go and grab the crash course quickly so that you can score good marks in term 1. And yes, if you want extra 10% discount, then you can use my code. For extra discount, you can use my code SCPRO. So go and use this for extra 10% discount. Now, let me tell you a good news, that if you are or your friend is from Maharashtra board, then Vedantu had started an exclusive course for Maharashtra board students. And we will be providing the first 20 sessions free of cost. So if you are from Maharashtra board, this course had already started. Go and join it quickly so that you don't miss the first 20 sessions that are free of cost. So go and join it quickly, guys, and fall in love with your most boring chapters with the Vedantu favorite master teachers. So we promise you that we will make the most boring chapter the most interesting one for you. But for that, you have to join the live and interactive classes. So go and find out the link in the description box and join it quickly. And if you guys are new to our channel, or if you are watching this face for the first time, then go and hit that red icon, do subscribe our channel for more such live classes. And if you enjoy this session, then do hit the thumbs up button, do like this video, and do share it. Now we'll see you all in the next class. अब मिलेंगे आपसे अगली क्लास में on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy, guys. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for attending this session, for giving us your valuable time. Now, we'll see you all in the next class. Till then, good night, have sweet dreams, take care, and bye-bye. So, bye-bye, everyone.